Who do you remember and why? We just had Memorial Day, and I wanted to talk about remembering people. I'm Pastor Adam. This is New Testament Tuesday. I'm so glad you decided to tune in, check out, and see what we've got going on today. Memorial Day is a day where we set aside to remember military people who've lost their lives. And what does this have to do with the Bible? Well, the Bible is chock full of instances where we need to remember the past. We need to remember people and what they had done. Remember what the Lord had done. Just like how Memorial Day is important to us to remember those who had given their lives and why and what they were fighting for, or freedom, all these different things comes together when Jesus talks about communion in Mark chapter 14. He says, "Do this in remembrance of me." But why would we do communion in remembrance of Jesus? It's just eating a piece of bread and drinking some juice, right? And I think we need to understand the heart of what Jesus is trying to do and incorporate Memorial Day. How we think of Memorial Day is sort of why Jesus did what he did, right? Jesus wants us to remember the breaking of bread and the drinking of the cup so that we will remember the sacrifice of Jesus. Because what is communion commemorating? It is commemorating the body in which was broken and the blood that was poured out so that we could live. A body that was broken and the establishment of a new covenant. Jesus wanted the disciples to remember, he wants us to remember that he had died to bring us new life. And it's easy to forget that when we only think about it maybe once or twice throughout the year or something, or maybe only once a month when we take communion, or however long it takes your church to do communion. I find it that we need to do more of remembering Jesus' sacrifice. Why? Because it brings us back to the whole point. The whole point is not for us to have all these blessings and to get really rich and to never get sick, or to have huge churches with thousands and thousands of people. And that's not the point. The point is, and always will be, Jesus died for you and for me. I'm Pastor Adam. This is New Testament Tuesday. I'll see you next time.